Alright, in this video I'm going to talk about apostrophes, and you'd be surprised, or you maybe already know, there's a lot of people in the real world and the adult world who don't really know how to use apostrophes. So the ACT is going to test our ability to do so we might as well talk about it a little bit. So let's read this little sentence here. After a severe storm, the basement of her host's house had flooded, leaving 2 bedrooms unusable. So there is a problem with this, right? We need to indicate ownership, and apostrophes kind of usually are about ownership. I mean, there's different places where we use them, but we're going to talk about sort of ownership. You know, we want to be on the lookout, and sometimes the choices will tip us off. If you see the choices and there's some apostrophes in them, well, sometimes we can kind of get clued in to maybe we should be, you know, using an apostrophe if there's some ownership going on. So the one exception that I can think of off the top of my head to ownership is its. Like if I said the dog chased its tail, its is already possessive without an apostrophe. It indicates ownership without one. But this is the exception, so I'm going to put a star here. So you know it's an exception. Usually we indicate ownership with an apostrophe. It happens to be a rare exception. So let's think about this. In this sentence, the basement of her host's house, the hosts own the house, right? It's this house here, we know it's her host's house. So that we've got to think about an apostrophe here. The question is, where does it go? So we have a couple options. I'll give you a couple options because the choices aren't here. Is it going to be host's house, or is it going to be host's house? Well, I haven't given you enough information to answer that. Well, the difference between these, and I'm laughing just because I didn't copy enough of the sentence here. The difference between these is this version is that there's only one host. And this version is if there are multiple hosts. So in order to determine this one, we really kind of have to know if there are more than one host. If there are, then we're going to use this version. And if there is only one host, then we're going to use the top version. So what you have to think about for apostrophes is if there is ownership going on, the thing that we're concerned with is the thing or person or whoever's doing the owning, you know, in this case the hosts. We have to think about, is that thing or person or group of people, is it plural or is there more than one of them? Or is there just one? And if there is just one, it goes here. If there's more than one person doing the owning, then it goes here. And a quick just tip, doesn't have anything to do with the thing that they're owning. You know, if we said, you know, we've got a singular house here. If we said the host's houses, that does not change what I just told you. The host's houses just doesn't affect it at all. So just think about, for apostrophes and where they go, just think about how many people are doing the owning. Is it just one or is it multiple?